I've tried even like the powder form of foot deodorant. I've tried like the stuff you put in your shoes after you wear them to get rid of like to kill bacteria, but also to get rid of the scent. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a quite requested video, but I am doing a follow-up to my first Dermadry video. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'm gonna go ahead and link it up above for you guys. But essentially what Dermadry is, it is a home use medical machine that helps you cure hyperhidrosis. And a quick explanation of what that is it is excessive sweating in your armpits, your hands, your feet, and tons of people suffer from this issue. I've suffered from hyperhidrosis for pretty much my entire life. Ever since I was a kid, I've had really sweaty hands and feet, but feet especially. And I'm not gonna lie, it has been an embarrassing thing for me for so long. I mention it in my insecurities video, which I will have up here for you guys as well. But I talk about how my feet sweat a lot, so sometimes they tend to smell pretty bad. So yeah, it's something that I've been dealing with for a really long time, and I never knew that there was a cure for such a thing. I've tried, you know, foot baths, like medicinal foot baths. I've tried foot deodorant. I've tried even like the powder form of foot deodorant. I've tried like the stuff you put in your shoes after you wear them to get rid of like to kill bacteria, but also to get rid of the scent. But most of those solutions were pretty temporary and they don't really fix my problem. So if you guys watched my other video, you'll know that Dermadry actually reached out to me, and I don't know how they found me or how I got so lucky to be put in contact with such a great company. But yeah, I just thought it was the most perfect collaboration, like a pair made in heaven, me and this machine. And yeah, I just wanted to come back on and show you or tell you guys a little bit about the results. I also had a little bit of a chat with somebody who works at Dermadry, Matthew, so I was able to get some of my own questions answered. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and do a demo for you guys today. So some quick do's and don'ts for using your machine. So they don't actually mention this on your website, but you're supposed to use your machine as often as possible and on the highest frequency that you yourself can handle. So the machine does send electrical currents into the water that you place your hands or your feet in. Sounds a little scary, but I promise if you go slow, it doesn't really hurt. It feels more of like a light tingling sensation or kind of like a tickle. Matthew actually recommends that you use it 3 to 5 times a week. If your feet or your skin gets sensitive to the treatment, I guess, start off with 3 times a week. So do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then as your skin builds a tolerance to the currents, you can up the strength and then also up the frequency, and that's gonna give you the best results. So once you've built up enough kind of like tolerance, I guess, to do it every single day, just do it daily until you see results. So do it daily until your hands, your feet, or your armpits, or wherever you are conducting the treatment, stops sweating excessively. It can even just stop sweating, period. Typically, once you hit that point, it'll take about up to 6 weeks for it to come back. Once you hit that point where you stop sweating, you'll just have to maintain it. So typically it'll take about 6 weeks for it to start coming back. So what you could be doing is doing it once every 2 weeks, or once every week, or even once a month, depending on how much the sweating is coming back for you and how quickly. As for the don'ts, I have a list written here, but you're not supposed to use it if you use a cardiac pacemaker, heart problems, seizures, if you have metallic implants in you, or if you have infections, or if you are pregnant. So just some precautions, of course. And then the minimum age that they recommend for people to use this machine is 13 years old. If you're under 13, sorry, you are out of luck for now, but yeah, once you hit 13 years old, this machine is gonna be great for you. So another thing that Matthew wanted me to mention in this video that they're very, very proud of is that they are a fully Canadian company, and definitely something that I'm proud of as well, because they're actually the only company in Canada that carries this sort of machine. Not only that, they have amazing customer service and a 50-day satisfaction guarantee. So if you do end up buying the machine and end up not liking it or just finding that it wasn't suitable for your lifestyle, typically you have 50 days to get your full refund. However, I did ask them, you know, how often do you guys get refunds or kind of like negative comments, and they say literally almost never does anyone return their machines, because it has been super effective for everyone that has been using it. So I do have a discount code for those of you who are interested in buying it. I know a couple of you messaged me privately after my last video to ask about it and what I thought and how I thought it worked. And yeah, it has been working great. I started to do it back in December, and I definitely wasn't doing it enough. Like, my frequency wasn't high enough for my use of this machine. That was one thing that Matthew pointed out when we had our call, because as much as that call was for me to ask questions, it was also just kind of a support call, so me just making sure that I'm using the machine correctly. So I was using it about once a week back in December, and then I left for actually 3 weeks to Asia. So a lot of the results that I was seeing started to fade, and then once I got back, I was pretty busy all of January, so I just got back into got back into using it in February, and I have been using it once a week, although he does say you should up your frequency. So instead of using it once a week, I should at least go up to 3 times a week and work my way up to using it 5 times a week or even daily. And then he says to up the frequency as well, because I found that level 4, or like stage 4 of I guess like electric currents was a good level for me, but my skin quickly got used to that. But I just actually never upped that voltage level, so that's something that I'm going to try to do today. But even with my sparser usage, I have been seeing results. My skin initially when I first started using it got relatively dry, just because I don't know, it was one of the side effects that was pointed out in their manual, but that does go away after a couple of uses. They do also mention you will probably see more sweating after like the first couple of uses, and then again that goes away. So yeah, my feet I think have gotten a lot better, given it has been winter, but winter also means I've been wearing thick boots, and I don't think my feet are sweating as much as they would have before I started to use the machine. So that is amazing news already. So honestly, I cannot wait until I start busting this bad boy out every single day and seeing the results done. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a demo of how I use the machine. I didn't do that last time, and yeah, I think it's gonna be cool for us to do it together this time. So again, the machine and everything, the whole kit comes in this little suitcase-like container. You get your 2 giant conductors or electrodes, I guess, and then you have little smaller ones as well for your armpits, but we're not going to use those. Oh, another thing is, so this machine is actually the one that can be used for your armpits, your hands, and your feet. But if you do just want the hands and feet machine or the armpit machine, if you just have a specific spot that you need help with, they do come in like other packages as well that are going to be a little bit more affordable. But I was sent the one where you have the option of doing it in your armpits, for your hands, or for your feet. So we're going to go ahead and take everything out of the box, and then the box does separate as well. Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on the floor, and I'm gonna lower my camera so you guys can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and place the 2 bins on the floor, and then put the 2 electrodes into the bin like that. So So those two conductors plug into this machine here, and this is going to be pretty much your control panel, and this is going to control your voltage amount, where on your body you are doing the treatment, and then of course your on and off. So I'm going to go ahead and connect these. Next, you have to put in the two towels. So these actually fit into the tubs perfectly as well, like that. Oops, there's a hair. And you need just enough water so that it covers your treatment area. So for me, that's gonna be my feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the machine so that it is at the feet option, and then I'm gonna go up to, let's do 5 milliamps and try that out, and then we can up it during the treatment if needed. But if you can see there, it is going to be a 20-minute treatment. So I'm going to go ahead and start the treatment. I'm going to place my feet into the water. I feel like I could have used a little bit more water, but it might be okay. I'm just going to go ahead and start the treatment. Alright, we are all finished. I just unplugged it from the electrical, and then the first thing, or I guess the second thing I do is unplug the two white cords from the electrodes just to be safe. And then pretty much all you do is empty out the bins. I just rinse it with water, and I rinse the electrodes as well, and then I just wring out the towels and let it all dry. I typically will wash the towels every like 2 to 3 uses. I don't wash it every use, especially because if I'm going to be using it every single day, it's going to be quite awful like washing it every single day. The towels you can actually just throw into the washer. So for best results, use a mild regular dish soap to clean the case. Air dry the case and controller. Wash electrodes under running water. Use a soft cloth and mild dish detergent. Air dry the electrodes. For towels, hand or machine wash with common detergent. For pockets, clean with dish soap and run with water. So there is actually a recommended duration of use for each aspect of the product as well. The towel, they recommend that you keep 1 to 2 years. The hands and feet electrodes, 1 to 2 years. Underarm pockets, 30 treatments, and then underarm electrodes, 1 to 2 years. So the products do have consumable like lengths of time. I would reach out to the company once you've passed the consumable amount of time, just to see what your options are, whether you can repurchase each of those items individually, or if you could just switch out the entire machine. But yeah, that was kind of my follow-up video. I have been seeing really great results so far. I kind of just wanted to dive a little bit deeper into my experience with it. I actually turned my machine up to 7 milliamps today, and I definitely felt a little bit more of a tickle than 5 milliamps, but it wasn't anything insane. The only kind of portion of your treatment that you can kind of feel is when it hits the 10-minute mark, it does this thing where it drops all the way down in voltage and then goes all the way back up to what you set it as. That, because of, you know, the change in voltage, you can feel a little bit. It's by no means painful, and of course never ever set this high enough that it's painful for you. Everybody's tolerance is different, and like I said, the more you use it, the more your skin will build a tolerance to it. So start with what you're comfortable with and then work your way up for better results. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this follow-up video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos coming up. I post 2 times a week, once on Sunday, once on Wednesday, so you will see 2 videos from me every single week. And that is everything. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!